there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I have today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Good morning, Robertson County. What you doing? This is 1100 WSGI. And this is One Street Over on Utah Laverne, and we're just so happy you're here. It's wet and it's messy. The traffic reporter to me is saying, give yourself some extra time, get out early, make sure that you take it easy on the wet roadways, all of those things that I would just automatically tell you if I were still a traffic reporter, but I'm not. But I do still say, be careful out there. It's messy, and those roads are, you got to just take extra time and slow it down. I don't know why anybody thinks they got to drive so fast on rain slick roads, so be careful. And yes, I have turned 60 officially today. I'm going to celebrate at Etta Ray's tonight. I am so excited that we're going to get to go to Etta Ray's. And if that's my phone going off, is that mine or yours? It's not. Oh my goodness. My phone is going off of all things. If you can go up there and just see if there's a button you can push without, doing too much to the, I'm hoping that we didn't end up just messing up the broadcast. But anyway, I've been here since 6:30. I got here early. I had things to do. And but it's always something. But anyway, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes I've already received. I appreciate it so much. And I got to say, happy birthday. I was at church last night, and my friend Bear, and he knows who he is, he said something about, well, tomorrow's my birthday. And I'm like, me too. So, it's always kind of cool when you find out somebody else has a birthday. And I've got a student, Zach, his birthday's today. So it's just kind of fun, but looking forward to celebrating at Etta Ray's tonight. I've never been. Have you been to Etta Ray's? Jim Sorrells in. And am I saying your last name correct?
Yes.
And I turned on the wrong microphone. There you are.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And so have you been to
I have not. It is on our list. It's on our list. We got a couple places up here in the middle of town that we've got to hit, and we just haven't done it yet.
Etta Ray's. I've heard fabulous things about it. And you need to make reservations because there's a lot of stuff going on in downtown. They're going to do those. They've got free horse-drawn carriage rides today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And, of course, I'm sure that's weather pending because we don't really know what the weather is going to do. But hopefully we'll all be able to, go out and have a carriage ride. I'm planning on enjoying one of those. So we'll see. And it's first come, first serve. So you got to get in line and all those things. So I'm going to try to do that today. And then we're going to have dinner at Etta Ray's. And I've got a few friends joining me. And so I'm excited about that.
Exciting,
so it's going to be fun. But, and again, thank y'all for my birthday wishes. And I want him to move over a little bit. But anyway, and so I don't know, we may have just lost our video, Jim, because it's looking like, I don't know. That may have turned us off.
No,
So
I'm sorry, y'all.
no, that's okay. That's okay. I can go over there and turn it back on. It's no big deal. Let's see if it's going to continue to play. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if it's playing or not. But let me go over there and check it. Why don't you?
Sure.
Jim is in the house because this is our day to do our sports updates. And Jamie, I don't know where Jamie is. Jamie Nixon's supposed to be in here right now. So we're going to go ahead and kind of do a little overview. I'm going to let him kind of give you a preview of what's happening in sports right now while I go check the camera because my stupid alarm went off and it just messed up everything. So I'm going to check my feed. But while I'm doing that, why don't you kind of fill us in on what's going on in the sports world and what we have coming up as far as any games and things like that.
You got it. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Jim Sorrells, and I am representing Greenbrier High School, the voice of the Bobcats at Voice of Cats TN on all your social media. This week, we're talking about a really big week at Greenbrier. Of course, we have some construction that's going on at Greenbrier Middle School, and meanwhile, part of what they're working on is making the entirety of our football stadium ADA compliant. This week, they've completely demolished the current visitor side, but for roughly 20 years of my life, that was a seat that was reserved just for me, 3 rows down from the press box. It's been a fun week of nostalgia, thinking about all the great memories and the moments that came with that being our home side, but that was actually quickly pushed away by classes from the 70s that were talking about when they made that side the home side, that the players had to bring their own wrenches and bolts once upon a time to get everything tightened up. So it's been a good week talking about history of the stadium, but we're not looking at the past right now. We're moving forward as we turn to look at the surging Greenbrier basketball squads. First off, the Greenbrier Lady Cats, they're currently sitting at 5-2. They had a big win over Heritage on Tuesday night. They're now on a 2-game winning streak. Both teams are on the road tonight at Cheatham County. For the Bobcats, same record. They are at 5-2. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak. They also had a big win over White House Heritage on Tuesday night. A couple players I want to point out, not just for the girls. You got Karen Poha. She's a girl that's really working underneath very well for her, for the Lady Cats. Abby Stacy and McKinley Jones, your two other big names that are in the rotation. But you've got a lot of underclassmen that are really keeping this team going in the right direction. I know their coaches are very thrilled, very proud of the work that they've done just far. Going back to basketball and the Bobcats, they're also sitting at 5-2. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak. Another big win over Heritage on Tuesday night. So you had Will Osborne and Nolan Carson. They are neck and neck with each other, averaging just under 7 rebounds a game. DJ Jackson, he is one of my favorite people in the world to watch play any sport that he plays, but he was their 6th man last year. He is keeping that up right now. Couple steals, couple deflections per game. And then finally, Jace Mangrum, he was the district's MVP for the district that we play in last year. He was all county last year. He's keeping that going with averaging 17 points per game right now. So a lot of good stuff going on with Greenbrier basketball. Both of their teams are currently ranking in the top 25 as far as CoachT.com goes. The AP hasn't released an official poll for basketball just yet. We should be getting that at the first of the year. So I'll be interested to see where people start to where they start to shake out as the season continues to go on. Like I said, they've got a brutal away and home tonight, and tomorrow night they're traveling to Cheatham County tonight, taking on Springfield at home tomorrow night. So it's a big close to the week for basketball. A lot of exciting things that are going on up at Greenbrier. I wish Jamie were here because I'd pick at him about East Robertson last week. Unfortunately, East did fall to Greenbrier at Greenbrier the other night.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
It was a lot of fun. I always enjoy when East is in the house. It's a lot of good tradition with both of those programs. Their girls coach Kenyatta Perry, he does a great job with that program, and of course the boys coach Kirk Hayden, Greenbrier graduate, he does a lot of good things with his program. So it's always fun when we get everybody together in the same place to play a little basketball. Again, Greenbrier came up with the win last week, but we'll see. After Christmas is when you really start to see what your teams are going to look like. So we're really excited to keep the season moving.
Well, it's so funny because I had Blaine was in from the Connection on Monday, and he talked a lot about the basketball, and I played that for my students, and they were just so excited. And you could just a lot of pride, and it's fun. I'm getting a kick out of just kind of watching all of this develop and what we're going to be able to do on media and with the radio station and all these things, all these connections we're making, because these kids bringing the county sports back on the air here is just so important, and I'm just so excited about it.
It's great. It's great.
I'm thrilled about it.
Like, and especially teaming up with people like Blaine, he's covering the entire county.
Yeah.
Whereas I might just talk about Greenbrier, Jamie will
Yeah.
just talk about East Robertson. Blaine, he's doing a great job covering the county. And I'll go ahead and talk about one of the articles he wrote this past week. And some things that we aren't hearing too much about is a team like Joe Burns. Joe Burns had a couple transfers into their team this year, so their basketball team is moving in a positive direction right now. Right now, across the county, we've got a lot of our teams that are sitting right at or just above 500. Some of those teams are still getting their first wins of the season too. So we're going to be looking at a very different situation come January, come the first of the year, with everybody starting to hit their stride a little bit. You've got all the other fall sports that have ended, so everybody who is on a basketball team, they're 100%. As long as everybody's healthy, it's going to be exciting to see what happens after that.
It's so funny too. I had one of my students, Logan. I didn't realize he was a wrestler, and I had Melvis Lopez. He is a wrestler, and so he's in my class, and so we got to talking about wrestling, and so I was playing that excerpt, and then I found out Logan. He goes, "I'm a triathlete or whatever," because he's basketball, football. I think basketball, football. No, wrestling, football, and track.
Okay.
Is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so that's cool stuff. And so I just love just hearing about all the things that they've got going on and all the excitement. But that was one thing that Blaine mentioned, is how that these guys that were playing football that are also on the basketball team, like you just mentioned, that it's once you get everybody in place, it's just so fun to see them go across the board.
And your high level athletes, they hit the ground running. Like they don't take any kind of time to. They don't need any kind of time to mesh or meld with anybody. They just pick it up and go. And that's what I was not a high level athlete. I'll be the first to admit that. But it's incredible to see, especially out at East Robertson. There is an incredible amount of talent on that team. At Greenbrier, there's an incredible amount of talent on that team, and just the ability of these high school kids to be able to just jump in and take control like they do, the boys and the girls both. It's amazing to watch, and it's so much fun to watch too. If you haven't gotten a chance to get out and watch any of your local teams, look into it. I'll shameless plug for Greenbrier. Like I said, they're on the road tonight, but Friday night at Greenbrier High School, tip-off's going to be at 6 o'clock. Your tickets are only available on GoFan, so make sure you've downloaded the GoFan app and go ahead and get those purchased. We will not have any kind of broadcast coverage on Friday night. It's just going to be me running the show by myself. My partner in crime, Kevin, he's going to be out of town, so I'll be running PA. So no broadcast as far as audio goes, but we'll have the NFHS camera. And I meant to look at what East was doing so I could talk about what Jamie was doing. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be. I will look that up here, and I can put that on social media too if he doesn't show up. But they've got some stuff coming up. I'm sure he's going to be traveling wherever they're going to be, setting up his cameras and his audio, doing a good job with everything he does. So again, if you haven't gotten a chance to get out, take a look at your local schools, whoever you want to pull for, whether it's by approximation because you live right down the road, or you just want to pick your favorite color. There's plenty to choose from here in the county. Support these teams, especially when we get into the winter months and into the early spring months. These are the times. These are the programs that typically don't get the most looks, the most funding as far as the fundraising goes around here. So these kids work just as hard as anyone else in your schools. So get out and support them. It goes for everybody. There's the cheerleaders, there's the dance teams, there's the band, there's everybody going on all at once with any of these sports. So again, I'm going to keep preaching it. Get out, support them. Tickets are cheap. You can't get in the door admission for anywhere else that cheap every night. So go for it.
And great excitement. That's one thing I notice whenever I tend to leave school rather late because I don't get there until 8:30. So I typically have things I have to finish up at the end of the day. And so I'm leaving sometimes maybe an hour, sometimes 2 hours after everybody else is left. But those kids that are working and practicing, they're there a lot of times. And they're putting the time in, and just to be able to support them. And I've got to get better at getting to the extracurricular stuff into the games. And I'm going to. It's just been a little bit busy as we've been trying to finish everything up here for the year. But now, something I do want to touch on that Dr. Osborne mentioned to me that she wants us to videotape for audio video is the signing of Nathan on Monday. That's a very, everybody's
very big
like,
thing.
wear orange, whether you like orange or not, wear orange. Because they're going to do that in the theater, and we're expecting media because he's signing with UT. Oh, that's a big deal.
Let me make sure that we have this one clear. So this is just a celebration of this of his signing. So the actual signing, the window for the actual signing thing does not open up just yet. This is not going to be his official signing, but he wanted to make sure that we did something. It's more for formalities, for photo ops. It still represents a huge deal. This is a huge deal for the school, for the county, for everything. But yeah, there's going to be a huge media presence. There's going to be all the local the papers, the channel 2, channel 4. We're trying to get channel 5, 17. Anybody who wants anything to do with it, anybody who's had anything to do with Nathan and his football career up to this point. This is something special he wanted to do with his friends, because he wanted to make sure, because they're all a part of it too. And so this thing that we've got coming up on Monday, it is a recognition of what he will be doing. It is not the actual signing. His actual signing is going to be on the 23rd in Knoxville. They're going to do a big to-do in Knoxville for his actual signing, his national letter of intent. But this is going to be, for lack of better terms, a mock signing. But it's still going to, it gets the point across, and everybody can celebrate. Nice little photo ops with some green and some orange going on there. So regardless of what you look at, it's still, it's a huge deal, and we're so excited for Nathan and everything that he's going to be accomplishing. As soon as he hits the ground running, after he signs that piece of paper, he's going to get to hang out with the team. He's going to get to participate in practice. He's going to get to travel with the team as their whatever bowl that they end up in. So a big exciting time for him, a big exciting time for the University of Tennessee to get a player of that caliber, not just physically but mentally and spiritually, all that good stuff. Nathan's just a great kid.
He's so humble and just a nice guy. I don't know him. I mean, I see him because he's in Coach White's classroom a lot. Well, whenever I'm teaching, so I'll see him in there, and so I've gotten to know him just kind of through that and through his friends. But just such a nice guy, so humble, so respectful, and and we're real excited for him.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's happening on Monday, but we were all advised at staff meeting, wear orange Monday. Wear orange Monday. So, all right. I don't know if I have any orange, y'all.
As the Vanderbilt fan, I struggle with that, but I will wear some orange.
Yeah, Matt Driscoll, of course, he's a Yankee like my husband, and he's like, orange? I don't have any orange. So, we'll have to see if we can't dig out some orange. But, we're all excited for that at Greenbrier. And so many things. If you've got any questions or any comments about things going on in your schools and you want to chime in on that, by all means do so. Very excited to be able to bring sports and just really feature it. We were talking with Blaine on Monday about some of the other things going on. I've mentioned wrestling with some of my students and all the things that they have going on. They've got the Robertson County Bowl, Wrestling Bowl, that is next Friday night. Next Friday. And I'm wanting to say East Robertson, maybe? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Melvis mentioned, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but I do know it's next Friday, and it is going to be, I think, at 6, and so if you can go out and support those kiddos, that would be awesome. But, we're just excited to see what they're going to do. I'm excited to see what we're going to do with wrestling, because Blaine was saying we've got some pretty strong contenders, and I'm anxious to see how Melvis and Logan are going to do. My students.
It's a good program. The Greenbrier Wrestling program. A couple years ago, we sent a kid to state, won our first state individual title, and the program has consistently competed at a high level.
Right.
The entirety of the time that I've ever paid attention to the program, they've always competed at a high level. So I'm right there with you. I'm excited to get into the spring where they really get into the meat of their district run. So we'll see what they do, and we'll be following them come March.
So, so when did their season really doesn't start till then?
So that's where the big chunk of the district stuff is. And so when they start going through the districts, like they've started now, obviously.
Okay.
But their meets that they run, they do so much all at once, and so it kind of gets a little spread out, is what it seems. But the biggest where they start making a difference, just like all the other teams, when you get past Christmas, that's where everything really starts to ramp up, and that's where, for a lack of better saying it, they might take it a bit more serious. Some people do, I guess. Just when you're getting after Christmas, that's where your season really seems to start, is what it is.
Well, and honestly, that's where all the students are right now.
Yeah.
They're in Christmas mode. We need them to finish up some stuff. I really need them to focus, because we're trying to finish up a couple of documentaries. I'm not sure I didn't bite off a little more than I can chew, thinking, yeah, we can do this, and because the things get canceled. We were talking, Jamie bless him, they've been sick. And so he didn't make it in Monday. I didn't know if he'd make it today. So, I mean, he has been under the weather. So hopefully we'll get Jamie back in here on a regular basis next week, because his time's going to be on Thursday, 7 to 7:30. And, of course, Jim's going to pop in. And we need somebody from Springfield. We need from other schools. We need you to sign up to come on in. Thursday is your time to really talk about the games and what's going on in the county and getting out and supporting. And so, do we have any that are playing Christmas type tournaments? Because I know that's always been kind of a thing, the basketball tournaments. I've never understood taking families and getting all that, jumbled up during the holidays, but they do it. So do we have anything like that going on with Greenbrier?
The big one that is coming up. So we're going to be participating in the one that East is hosting. It's the Big M Christmas Classic. I believe that's what they've changed the name to. So it was a coach there at East Robertson Charlotte. He was there for a number of years. He passed away, unfortunately, a couple years ago, and so this is now a tribute to him, to Big M, as they call it. And this we got up there last year, and I'm trying to think of the teams that are involved with it. I know that Jamie has posted the full rundown and schedule, and I meant to have that ready to go today to talk about.
No worries.
I didn't get that. I know we're going to be participating in East Robertson will be there, obviously. I want to say it's like DCA, possibly. I'm going to name a bunch of teams and get it completely wrong.
And
but
so
there are
going?
Yes, Greenbrier will be participating in it. That'll be at East Robertson, and it's the last few days of the year, the 28th to 29th. We'll make sure to get those appropriate, the correct dates out there and start promoting it here pretty soon, because that is coming up. That'll be the big Christmas tournament that we're participating in. I can't speak for them. I don't know if they're going to be participating in anything else, but past that, it'll be a week that Christmas break, and they're the first of the year, and then get back to it at the first of the year. I think January 4th is our first game back after the break.
Okay, and so I'm looking at the East Robertson Athletics right now to see if he's got a schedule. Oh, and this is something that I also want an update on. I have not heard. What happened with Mr. Football?
So Mr. Football, Zach Prince, he fell short of the Mr. Football this year, so he did not win it. I believe it was the gentleman out of Chattanooga, Tyner, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he did end up winning that for the class. So unfortunately, and I'll say this about Zach too, and it was unfortunate we did not get to see him in the game against Greenbrier last weekend. I was told that he was on an official visit, so he's getting a lot of college looks here for football at the next level. So that's another set of exciting times coming up for East Robertson. We talk about their high level athletes. They got a lot of kids that are getting a lot of positive looks right now. So, and it's the same across the board. I saw Crenshaw, the boy that was a quarterback at Springfield. I know that there's a huge social media movement for him right now, trying to get anybody to take a look at him, and you should. He's a big kid. He's tough, relentless. He made some things happen last year. He's a great, from what I know about him, he's a great kid, just personally upstanding citizen type. So get him out there, get him a look. And I think that's what a lot of the social media stuff that goes on these days, that's ultimately what it is.
Right.
It's you're competing for a job at the next level, basically. And so whatever you can get out there to promote yourself, that's what it is. I know there's also next Friday it's one of the many all-star games for high school football that's coming up. I know he's going to be playing in that. Crenshaw, the quarterback, the quarterback for Springfield, and I think East had a couple kids that were on the list for it. Nathan was on that list as well. He will not be playing in it, but it's so cool to get invited to that. But again, that's just an attribute to what else is going on here in the county. You've got all this collection of great talent, and finally, with radio and social media, you're able to talk about them. You're able to get their names out in front of people more.
Right. And the East-West, one of my kids played in the East-West game with Benji Cunningham. Both of them went to the East-West game whenever he was at Good Pasture. And, I mean, it's exciting. It's fun. And so you want to definitely, that's a lot of fun if you want to go out and watch that game. It's exciting. And, we're talking just the best from all the schools. And it is so much fun. So much fun to be a part of it. So I really encourage you to get out and be a part of that if you possibly can. Talking with Jim Sorrell, and he is the voice of the Bobcats. Talking about all the things. Do you do football as well? Did we talk about this? So you do all the football, basketball.
It started with just football. It started with PA announcing, and then we said, hey, let's carry our lapel mics and we'll do some commentary over football games. And it kind of grew from there. And so we started started that officially in 2017. We'd always joked about it. There was when we were in school, me and Kevin, I'm talking about Kevin Criswell. He's my partner in this. We're the sports information directors for the high school. But when we were in school, there was a group of gentlemen, Ricky Green and Brad Carneal. They did our games, and they did a tape delay broadcast on this radio station every Saturday morning. And so you got to get up and you got to listen to that replay, and it was always so cool. And like, I didn't play, he didn't play. We didn't get to hear our names. We got to hear our friends' names, and we got to relive those moments from the night before. And so it's that it started with that, and that just that feeling we got. I mean, in 2003, we won a playoff game, and the next Monday at school, they're playing that broadcast over to the PA system. They're letting everybody listen to the finale, and it was super dramatic, and everybody was excited about it. But just thinking about how that felt, being able to listen that back, and being able to provide that moment, that experience, and that's ultimately what it is. Like, we don't do this for us. I know, and I'm sure Jamie would agree. I know he would agree. We don't do this for ourselves. We do that for them, because we want to give them that something special. You know, not everybody gets a chance to play at the next level. So this will be as good as it gets.
I love it.
And I hate to put it like that. I know that sounds awful, but you know, it's thinking about some of the greatest calls that we've made over the last couple of years, and we need to do a supercut of all this stuff, because we've had some great stuff. We've had some great, and it's all organic. It just comes from the heart, and that's ultimately where this all is. So, like, it all comes from the heart. We all love these athletic programs because it made a difference in our lives at some point. Whether you played at the school or you were just a member of the community, you've attached yourself to it, and you learn and you grow through these things. And so it's so much fun to be able to give back. You know, I may never be able to give money back to the school systems, but I can certainly lend my time, my efforts, my voice, something like that. And it's a privilege. I can't thank Coach Elmore enough. John Elmore, he's the football coach at Greenbrier. Can't thank him enough for tricking us into doing this, because now it turned into PA to, we're now members of the athletic club, we're sports information directors, we're all over the place with everybody asking us to do things, and we love it. We absolutely love it.
That's excellent, and I'm having so much fun.
I got one little note. We talk about wrestling real quick. I was just shot a text message. Wrestling is 10-0 right now, which most people don't realize, because a lot of this information doesn't make it out there. And so when we're talking about, we need these people representing your schools, we're sitting at Greenbrier, and I didn't even know that they were 10-0 until I got that text message. So get that information into the people's hands that have the ability to get that out there, because that's what we're here for. We're here to get that out there. So you're asking people, you got questions about it? We want to know what you want to know. What do you want to know? Let us know. We have all this social media. It's super easy just to type a question on your keyboard. So drop us a line, and let's make that difference for you.
I love it. We're going to pause. Let me take a break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up with Jim. This is our sports segment. We're going to be doing every week from 7 to 7:30 on Thursdays, and then we take a full hour on the first Monday of the month just to talk about the county sports. But I want to pause for a second and talk about my friends in real estate, Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends up in Cross Plains, they've been in Cross Plains for over 20 years. They're one of us, and they specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. They are experts at what they do. Rebecca has been at this a long time, one of the first in the area to be a senior real estate specialist. We talk about Barry and his marketing background. He was a vice president of a media marketing company for 17 years. So bringing that expertise to the table, if you're selling, he's going to make sure people see it and they know it's out there and they see it in the best light. You know, I relate it to the things I've heard about Tinder, where people kind of flip through the listings to see if something, you know, that they can, that something they like to look at. And they do the same thing with your home. And if they're flipping through the listings and the pictures are terrible, it's not well represented, you may never get another chance at showing that listing to a potential buyer. Barry's an expert at making sure that pops and it gets seen. You can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy.robertsoncounty.com and learn more. The easiest way to get in touch with them is to just give them a call. Call Rebecca at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, whatever you need in real estate. Maybe you want to be a realtor. You want to be mentored. That's a great place to do it at Exit Realty with the Garden Gate team. Contact Barry and Rebecca Richards today, and when you do, you tell them U-Turn sent you. Jim, let's wrap it up. I've got my Brian and Tiffany standing on deck. So how do you want to wrap this up? Oh, hang on, I turned the wrong microphone up.
So
Here we go.
just again, thank you for the opportunity to come in and talk
Absolutely.
about not just about Greenbrier, but everything that's going on in the county. And shameless plugs, we are at Voice of Cats TN on most of your socials. Again, if you want that information, get it to me, get it to Jamie. He is East Robertson Athletics. You've got Social Dweebs, those are the guys, and for Springfield. Still need Joe Burns, still need Heritage, still need anybody that wants to get that information out there. So look one of us up. We'll put you in the right direction. And if anything, just give us the information. I'm happy to share it. We talk about everybody. I love what we're doing. So let's keep it going. So I can't thank you enough for this opportunity.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
so much fun, Jim. I'm so excited, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
and
much.
Have a wonderful day.
Y'all have a good day.
And
Thank
I'll see you at the ball games.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Come find me.
I don't know how. I got to get through Christmas right now.
Don't
We're having
y'all.
Christmas at my house in a week, and I'm like, and I'm still in school. So it's like I'm
Good
just
luck.
trying to get it all done. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
And
you.
I'll say that to all teachers. My wife is a teacher. I love you, Kayla. Good luck, all teachers that are wrapping up the rest of the school year. Hang in
Lots
there.
to
Hang in
do.
there.
We got it.
Thank
Students,
you so much.
Focus. All right. Thank you, Jim. God bless you. God bless you, my friend. All right. And I'll see you at Greenbrier. And we're going to let you make the switch and let the guys come on in. And while they're doing that, we're going to talk about my friends over at Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Okay, just go and follow them on social media. That's just a place to plug in and find out everything that's going on with my friends over at Corbin. If you go and pull up their social media page, you're going to find out what their hours are. Always check there. They change their hours through the cold months. Right now, they're open 10 to 4 Monday through Saturday. They're open from 1 to 4 on Sunday. And if you can't make those hours, well, it's no problem. All you got to do is just give her a call and say, hey, I can't get there at this time. Can you meet me at such and such time? Or can you meet me in town? I need some CBD products. Or I want one of those great aprons that your mom makes. Her number is 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. Contact her and go by and see what they have. If you're looking for a unique gift, I went by and picked up some Christmas aprons and pot holders and different things like that the other day, and I absolutely love them because Miss Jane made them. Restocked my CBD supply, of course, and I'm always going in and getting something green and beautiful for my house because I tend to kill stuff. So I have to replenish. Even succulents, I'm terrible. She's trying to help me. She's trying to teach me, but I'm a slow study, I guess. But she can walk you through it, tell you everything you need to know to keep that beautiful plant life alive. And for your garden, if you want it to grow and grow well, now's the time to start planting. I know Brian gave them credit for your beautiful garden. Have you got your garden tilled and ready for?
I'm not that good, no, but I did. We got more. I mean, we got tomatoes as long as we wanted them, and it finally, like, once
Like I'm done.
they produced until they got like too cold, basically, and then they were still trying to put out, and so we just finally had to rip the plants up. But it was just, I had tomatoes. It was the best. I've done gardens for probably 10, 12 years, and it was by far the best.
And it's
the best
the
we've
plants.
had.
It's that root system that's so well rooted, and they just do great.
And they were delicious too on top of it. So, and I had enough to give away to family, and and I ate as many. I had sores in my mouth. I was eating so many tomatoes from but it was worth it. So,
and here's the thing: if you want to put in winter vegetables, that's in February. It'll be here in a minute. So if you really want to get into the cold weather vegetables, you really need to do some tilling and getting all that done, and she can help you. So go out and she'll tell you all about it. And when you go by there, you know what to do. Tell them you turned Cincha and thank her for being one of our longtime sponsors. We're saving this Cumberland Connect thing. I got some news from Gwen Harder. Ooh, we're going to be talking about them in just a minute. That's a tease.
that is a tease.
Hi, y'all.
And good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Beautiful, beautiful day. In
I know.
Robertson County.
Beautiful rainy day.
Yes.
Rainy day in Robertson County.
I know we always say this because we live around like a lot of farmers and stuff, and I get it. It's like, oh, we can use the rain and all that. At this point, can we still use the rain? Do we need it? Can we get one day of sunshine?
I tell you though, because the creek, I live on Carr's Creek.
Yeah.
The creek levels have been so low.
They have. It's dry now,
And,
but
yeah.
but I just need it can rain 3 more days after this. Just give me one day of sunshine, just to let's see the sun again, please.
Well, Terry over at the parks would say, please, Friday night and Saturday night, because they've got Winter Wonderland,
Yeah.
the walkthrough, because
Right.
the Winter Wonderland's opening tomorrow night.
Right.
And they're going to have the walkthrough tomorrow and Thursday night, and they really want to be able to do that, but it's got to be dry day to do it. So we're wanting a little window of good weather so we can have the walkthroughs this weekend. And yes, Winter Wonderland opens tomorrow, and it'll be open through 23rd, weather permitting. And they are stuffing the sleigh with new coats, hats, and gloves. New coats, hats, and gloves. New. That is the key. And they're distributing those through Robertson County Connect. So there you go. We're going to keep talking about that. And then, of course, we got the horse-drawn carriage rides tomorrow night, and Saturday night, I think, according to Ace, at the downtown square to help promote all those things. So, yay, wonderful stuff. So,
I do think it's supposed to clear out tomorrow afternoon. They said I've got some plans tomorrow night, and we've been kind of looking at it, and it looks like it's going to clear out a little bit. So for everybody, my mom always takes and my stepdad, they take our kids and the cousins to the thing in the park. So they're doing it. They're doing it next week. Yeah. So
they're saying we could have snow next weekend.
Well, that would be perfect.
Yeah, I know.
You can get a little really winter wonderland. So
and they
do a really good job with that. By the way, it's amazing.
We have got our Christmas for my family is next Saturday, so I'm kind of hoping that we'll get a little snow flurries and we can go out and see the Christmas lights.
That would be cool.
That
would be cool.
You're supposed to talk and cover my cough.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to clear my throat real quick.
We
I had a
need
little
a couple
tickle.
hand signs or something so we know.
That's right
If you see me do the slider, it's like, okay, I'm getting ready. That's in lieu of a cough button. And in 1510, we had a delay on that's one of the reasons people are like, why don't you take phone calls? Because there's no delay, and we don't trust you to not say something bad.
No.
But, we had a delay, and so if you had to cough, you could hit the cough button, and the delay, you never even knew it.
Yeah.
It just
right.
It's magic. It's radio magic. So
Yeah.
anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Oh, all the things.
You got stuff.
It's Christmas time, so there's a lot of opportunities to help out in the community, and a lot of people with large needs right now. And so I get phone calls almost every single day. Hey, I don't have money to, for food or I need this or I need that. And so I just kind of wanted to highlight that there are several places that you can do Angel Tree. I know one of them is a small town startup. They have a Bransford tree there, and you can go and adopt a Bransford student and shop for them. And so there's Kiwanis for Kids. They've got, their thing going on. They've got a great number of children, but also they're getting some good donations. So if you want to help out with that, that's another good place that you can help out. So I wanted to highlight that. But we also, like you're saying, they're accepting coats and gloves for the kids in the school system, the families really, not just the children, but also the homeless shelter could use warm gloves and coats and stuff. My father's house, yes. And so
Charlene's going, yes.
And for the schools, is that through the Family Collective that they'll accept those?
Yeah,
not Family Collective, the Family Resource Center.
They're stuffing the sleigh at the Winter Wonderland, but yes, it's for the family connecting Robertson County.
Right.
But if you have coats, used coats, I know that's new coats, can you take them to the Family Resource Center?
That's a good question.
Used coats?
Yeah, I don't know if they need them for the. But my father's house for sure for the used coats. If
they're in good condition, oftentimes some of those agencies become a garbage disposal system.
Yeah, not stuff with holes in it, but stuff that people actually need.
Stuff that's good, in good condition. Yeah, just check it, because I was talking to her name's Megan at the Community Resource Center down in Nashville. They spend $10,000 in disposal fees. I think she said every month, because people just donate a lot of garbage.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So just double. I just wanted, just check it.
We do. I mean, at Madison Church of Christ, because we have a huge benevolence, and we have a huge benevolence program. Same thing. People dump on us all the time, and they'll well, this is a mattress. It looks good, and no, it doesn't, and we have to pay to get rid of it. And people just, we say it over and over and over and over and over. Please, no dumping, no dumping, no dumping. And well, that's good stuff. It's like, is it really? No, it's not.
If it was that good, why are you getting rid of it?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Well, I mean, but some stuff, some people, you buy a coat, you put it, you wear it a couple times, whatever, you put it in your closet, you look a year later and say, I'm not going to wear that. It's in great shape.
You bet.
That's different.
That's
something that you've
totally
worn, it's janky, it's out, and you've gotten it dirty and nasty, and then you say, well, I'm just going to get rid of it. That's not good. Don't do that to people. If you don't want to wear it, other people don't want to wear it either, even though they're in unfortunate situations.
And I'll tell you, if you really want to get on the ground with it, go into some of the low-income apartment complexes and open up the back of your car and say, I've got some things I can't use. Can you use these? Household items, clothing, food pantry items. I'm telling you. And you're going to find it's incredible because there's a lot of low-income housing areas and there's little kids running around and you think, who's watching you? And, you know, they have great needs. And, I mean, you just really gospel on the ground stuff, guys.
My first year here, it was Christmas time. We moved here in the middle of the pandemic. We didn't know anybody, and we kind of were just trying to figure. We didn't know any of the local agencies. My daughter, she's 12 now, but she was 10 at the time, has a heart for the homeless. Like she just has a huge heart for them. And so all she asked for Christmas that year was to be able to go take blankets and stuff to homeless people. And so on Christmas Day, we went and bought like a bunch of blankets and coats and gift cards. And I didn't really know anywhere here in Robertson County. I do now. But so at the time we went up to Clarksville and we just kind of drove around some low income areas and just asked people if they wanted a gift card to Subway or you know, if they needed a blanket or a jacket. It was the most magical Christmas we ever had to actually be there and be the ones giving to the people that were receiving. And you could see like people's face light up when they're standing there shivering out in the cold and you're like, hey, do you need a jacket? I have a jacket right here. And it was the most magical Christmas.
I love that. That's so cool. And I can't say enough about it, guys. And there's plenty of areas. If you need to know where to go, just message me. I'll point you in the right direction.
Same here.
Yeah, we know the areas where they have that need, and all you gotta do is just drive in and say, hey, what can I do? And you'll have an opportunity to really give back and be the hands and feet of Jesus, y'all. And so what do we have, a hero of the week?
We do, and it kind of ties into something Tiffany was going to talk about as well. But I was driving yesterday. Sometimes it just hits you, and of course we've had this lovely weather that we've had for going on 6 weeks now. It seems like so. It was raining sheets sideways yesterday morning, and I'm driving by United Ministries, and they've got the truck out there. And I looked over, and there was a bunch of volunteers on the street, absolutely drenched, unloading a truck. And so
was it a second harvest truck?
Yeah, I think it was a second harvest truck, and they were unloading it and getting it in so that they can distribute it to the people that of need here in this area. And so we try not to really just highlight our partner agencies, but in this case, like I have a special place in my heart for United Ministries and what they've done in this community for years. Sherry Martell and her staff of volunteers, longtime volunteers who are just amazing and are selfless and all volunteer run, and none of those people are getting paid. And they're out working in that kind of stuff every day, and it goes unnoticed, and it's just accepted that they're going to be there and be providing. And so I had a phone call this week from someone who works for Goodwill. She does job placement stuff, and she had someone that was kind of in between jobs, and they were getting them employed, but in the meantime, the money had gotten tight, and they didn't have money for groceries that week. And she said, is there anybody in the community that can help with this? And I said, I got somebody for you. And so I can't tell you, going on 4 years now with United Way, how many times I've referred somebody that is in that situation or a similar situation to United Ministries, because I know they're there and I know they'll get them taken care of, and they'll get them to that next place that they need to be as far as just like a basic need, which is food. And so we're proud to partner with them. But it just hit me yesterday. I mean, they do this in all kind of conditions. It's not all sunny 75 days and we're taking pictures with each other out there. Some days it looks like that. And so just want to give a big shout out to the folks at United Ministries and what they do for our community, and have been doing it forever. And we're just so thankful to partner with them.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you have that second harvest truck on schedule, it's not like, well, can you wait? It's raining. No.
Yeah. No. Get this off my truck. I'm leaving.
The only time I've ever seen them, now there's been times ice and snow, they will reschedule, but rain, no, they're coming. You're gonna unload that truck. So,
and I'll go a step further. I looked at them as I was going through, and I had somewhere to be, or I was like, I need to pull over and help. But they had a bunch of volunteers out there too. And they had smiles on their face, and were kind of just embracing the sheets of rain that were hitting them in the face at the time. But it's just like every time we go in there, people they are legitimately joyful in what they're doing and the way they're serving and the way they're serving our community, and they do it with a smile on their face, and they treat people with respect, and that goes a long way too. When people are in a rough situation, it's bad enough, and you want to be treated like you're getting a handout or something. They're treating you with respect in there, and so I appreciate that always too.
Fabulous.
Yep.
And and that's one thing too. If you want to really feel the joy of the season, go volunteer somewhere.
plenty of places.
There's
Talk to
plenty.
Tiffany. She can plug you in. I promise.
Plenty.
You say, I don't know where to do. There's nowhere to. No,
Oh, yeah,
no, we've
there's
got
plenty.
we've got plenty, and they will accept you with open arms. I
Yes.
promise you.
Absolutely. In fact, I actually was thinking just the power of the volunteers yesterday. I was volunteering yesterday morning at 10 kids helping pack the backpack bags. And because of illness and stuff, there were probably about half, maybe less than half of the volunteers that were normally there. And it became very physically exhausting. And I was just like, man, what if nobody shows up? What would happen to Robertson County if everybody just stopped showing up? People didn't pick names off the angel tree. If we just saw all the volunteer work that goes on that actually really makes this community hum, what would happen if we just stopped showing up? And I'm grateful that we don't live in a community that we're in danger of that happening anytime soon, but the world would fall apart really fast.
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
volunteers.
Find a place to plug
Right.
in, and if you're struggling, contact them at United Way. They are
Absolutely.
the bridge builders to the nonprofit community. So very good. We're going to pause and take a break, and this is a big commercial. I'm so excited. Oh, it's not for me, but y'all know Gwen Harder that comes in and does the show with me all the time on Friday. She lives up on the Hood Branch Road area, so they got Cumberland Connect before me. We're kind of next in that area, I think. And so she got connected yesterday. She went from having, and she got the gig. She got the gig speed for $80. What a deal! And she sent me a note last night. She said that she sent me she did the speed test, 500 and something upload and download speeds, and she had been at 1.5. 1.5.
Yes.
And so it's in the 500s. But I mean, and so when we talk about internet speeds up to 1,000 megabits per second, which is a gig, getting 500 and something right out of the gate, that's crazy. I mean, just insane. I mean, honestly and truthfully, who would need 1,000 megabits?
I mean, if you've got multiple things, I did this in my parents' house the other night.
Yeah.
We were there for same deal. They had the AT&T, and it used to be 1.5. I would do the speed test.
Yeah.
And my kids were in there streaming something off the Netflix, which is the biggest bog down you can have because it's high definition. I was on my phone when I did the speed test. I connected their Wi-Fi, and they have the next level down. They just did the basic level. I don't know what the maximum is.
It's like $50 for the starter pack.
But like how much? Is it 300? Is it 300 upload? And I think it's 300.
I've got the brochure here.
But anyway, I did the speed test, and
it doesn't say.
I think it's 300.
Okay.
Yeah, and
But,
so I was getting 256.
250. It says two.
Okay.
250. So
Well, I was
you were getting above.
I was
what they
getting
were
above
projecting.
on my phone, and the way it was explained to me by people was smarter. So when you do the Wi-Fi and they route you, like it's like a piece of pie. And so with everything you use kind of takes a little bit off of that.
Right.
And so, but to get 256 on my phone, when they were streaming high definition in the house, my parents are both on the phone with on the same Wi-Fi. We're all using the same thing, and I was getting 256, and
That's
it's
incredible.
just incredible. They went for 1.5, were barely even functioning. I mean, they could get online. That was basically it. And to 256, and I've got news as well on Cumberland Connect, personal news. So,
What's your news?
they were in our neighborhood last weekend, and I talked to the guy out there, and I said, "You getting us hooked in?" He said, "Yep." And then my wife got the email Tuesday that we're on, and so I signed up, and we're just waiting on the install. So we're that like you're in. We've already signed up for it. We got the 80. We got the mega because she uses it constantly, and then of course we have two kids that are streaming stuff, but for her work and my work too, like we use a lot of video conferencing and stuff, and it takes a lot of bandwidth. So very excited. I would think by the time I come in here next week, we'll probably have it.
I'm so excited for you, but I'm very jealous.
We've had decent internet. It's not like we've been struggling. I want to say that. Like we're fortunate to have Charter out there because we get decent internet, and it's been great for our work. During the pandemic, we were fine as far as like our work goes. But this is a next level up, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, I know. Tiff is like, I'm moving to a Cumberland Electric house. I'm
You
gonna
don't even
have
know.
to.
Like I would save so much money on my internet every single month.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's amazing. So here's the bottom line, guys. These are now a daily sponsor. We appreciate you so much, Cumberland Connect, for coming on and being one of our daily sponsors. But up to 1,000 megabits per second, and as witnessed by Gwen, already 5 something that she did on her little test, and she went from 1.5 to that. That's incredible. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to a gig, and it's $80. I'm paying $65 right now for terrible from AT&T, and nothing against the people who work with AT&T. You're awesome. But the service, not so much. And I cannot wait. If you want to find out when they're going to get to your neighborhood, I'm projected just really anytime, end of the year, first of the year kind of thing. They've already got the coil of line hanging on the pole outside my house. But it's just getting them in the driveway.
Once you see the guys in the pickup trucks start tying it off, that's when you know it. It won't be the contractor;
wait.
it's the actual company.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so
I can't wait. Looking for those Cumberland Connect trucks. They'll be in my neighborhood soon, and they'll be in yours soon. If you want to find out how soon, go to cumberlandconnect.org, put in your zip code, sign up for all the updates. You can go to the workshops as well if you have questions about what does it mean to get a gig. Well, and then they've got these great brochures that explain it all. It's fun, it's exciting, and they're one of our sponsors. So connect with Cumberland Connect today, and when you do, please let them know that U-Turn sent you. That's cumberlandconnect.org, cumberlandconnect.org for all your information that you need on high-speed internet, real high-speed internet coming to you.
And I always say a proud United Way partner. We expanded our partnership with them a little bit this year. They've always run a campaign, but been working with their community service director, and Susie Yonkers, and she's just amazing, and she's always looking for a little extra money out there through grants and different things that they have access to, and has kind of plugged us in, and she's always got the United Way on her mind and helping us out, and she helped us out with Give Thanks, helped us out with something in the summer that was part of a grant with TVA, so just really thankful for their partnership and what they do and helping the community, on top of giving us all fast internet, but also helping back to give back, so thank you for that.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
And really enjoy working with them myself. So thank you very, very much.
Yep.
And talking with Brian Pulley and Tiffany Thomsan on everything United Way connected. So what else have y'all got going on?
Well, we were talking about United Ministries, and Sherry Martell runs the United Ministries Food Bank. She also runs, and they're not official partners with the United Way, but they run so a little branch of the Salvation Army. We got like a twig of Salvation Army here in Robertson County, and she also runs that. And so they are looking for people to ring the bell to help with their Salvation Army is famous all over the country, maybe even all over the world. I don't know, for the Christmas time where they stand outside and ring the bell. And I have a video I actually posted on my Facebook the other day. It was years ago. My cousin was in New York, and she was dancing with the bell ringers in New York City, like ringing the bell. So if you would like to ring the bell, just get in touch with me. My number is 615-780-2511. Again, 615-780-2511, and we'll plug you into a time where you can go and ring the bell and help bring some Christmas cheer. I think it's a fabulous way to help, serve and out in the community. So anyway, I want to put a plug in for that.
We had one, my old job, there was a Kroger right next door, and they always had one out front, and when you started hearing that bell ringing, you always knew that it was getting close to Christmas time. It was really cool, but it also kind of reminded you that there are people in need, and there's things that you can do to help while you're planning your own family stuff. And we're also so blessed, and you're buying gifts and all that, but there's a lot of people that need help. And so that bell always was kind of a reminder. It's like, you know what, if you're going to give back right now, or you like, I wish I would have done something early in the year, you still have time, guys. There's still time left in the year to give back and to help. And I know a lot of people are looking at their year-end giving, and they're doing stuff for tax purposes, and that's great. We will take individual donations as well if you want to, and we do have some people that do that, and we're so appreciative of that. And so if you have questions about that, you can contact me. I'll give my number, 615-780-2401, 615-780-2401, or just come by the United Way at 100 Fifth Avenue and talk to us if you have questions about year-end giving, and questions about how it could help with your taxes, anything like that. We will gladly accept those donations.
And here's the thing: when you give through United Way, you can say, here's where I want this to go. I want this to go into my community. You can direct it. You can direct it. A lot of
Sure.
people like to do things anonymously.
Right.
You guys can act as that
we can
liaison.
we can be your steward there. And also, if you want to give to a specific area of our focus, whether it be education, whether it be health, whether it be our children, like however you want to do that, we can direct that money directly to there as well. If there's a nonprofit that you are one of our partner agencies that you would like to give, we can connect you with them, or you can give through us, and we'll make sure that money's passed through. So anything you want to do, we will accept those individual donations, and we appreciate it. And a lot of companies do that at the end of the year too, and those donations are greatly appreciated. But it's not too late to give. You say, man, next year I'm going to get involved. You can still get involved this year. The need is ongoing. So we're very thankful. I would say this year though, I think this fall was kind of the first normal-ish year we've had since COVID as far as like in-person events and kickoffs and things that we normally have done United Way. And we had our little company Christmas thing yesterday, and I think our campaign is up from where it's been. It's a lot of accounting and numbers and stuff when you're talking about a lot of companies giving. And so, but I think we're up overall, and that we're very just thankful for our companies that have supported, stuck with us during tough times. And now that we've kind of come out of it a little bit, that they're up there giving and realizing the need. And I think a lot of people maybe experienced some of our services in a different way, you know, maybe firsthand, or had a family member that lost jobs or got sick or whatever firsthand. And so it's been good to see the giving levels go up, and not from just a financial standpoint, but from an involvement standpoint, you know, to really get involved.
I would say one of the benefits of donating to United Way is we have a system in place. I mean, I think a lot of times you worry when you donate that what you're giving might not go to the right place. It might go to a lot of overhead. It might go to a lot of stuff. That's not the case with United Way. We have a system. We have checks and balances. And so if you just want a way to give, United Way is a fantastic place to know that your money is going to make the most impact in your community. So
Absolutely. And you talk about not really knowing where it goes. I think something that just drives me out of my mind are the retail places where you go to pay and it's like, do you want to round up for this? And I'm like, no, because I don't necessarily trust that you're doing what you say with that.
Right.
And so you do have that concern.
And I don't want to call anybody out on that, because I do think there are some where the intentions are good. There are some, though, that I've heard that their intentions are not as good.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, that's great. I do it too sometimes, especially if it's a nonprofit that I already like.
St. Jude or
St. Jude or Vanderbilt Children's Hospital or somebody.
You see those and you're like, how can you say no?
But ask questions too if you have questions and if they don't know, then that probably tells you a little something there. And so I will tell you, if you can give directly to the nonprofit and you know where that's going to go. I mean, just go to their website, any of them's website, and you can donate there. But if you wanted to go through, so we can pass that money through, and I guarantee you it's getting to where it needs to go. So
outstanding.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of checks and balances on the agencies that we support, so you know that what's being donated is really going to the cause. And that's what I love, because like if a telemarketer calls you, you can ask how much of the percentages actually goes to like the cancer patients or whatever. Most of the time it's less than 50%.
Yeah,
goes to the actual cause. Most of it goes, it's just a money-making tool. So
I don't want to get anything negative. I did hear something the other day, though, that it was a company that had been in a lawsuit over something, and they were using the funds that they were collecting to help pay that lawsuit back through under the guise of charity. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff you have to be careful with. Like, ask those questions. I take one step further. A lot of this, we're doing the tipping stuff now, automatically. And I always like to ask, are you getting this? Like the server, like the people that are getting this, or is this just going into the company stuff? Like, I mean, it's kind of the same premise. It's like, I want to make sure that whatever I'm giving extra is like going where it needs to go. So don't be afraid to ask us questions. So I love when we go to kickoffs and people are engaged asking us questions.
Real fast before we run out of time.
You gotta go.
We got a couple of things. We got Laundry Love going on next week. Right now, so I think I said last week we had 2 more months worth of Laundry Love money that if we didn't get donations, we wouldn't be able to go past those 2 months. We did get an anonymous donor that added 2 months to that.
Awesome.
So right now we've got 4 months worth of Laundry Love. So that's good, but not going to get us through the year. So if that's another place that you'd like to donate, that's a high need right now. And then we're also doing a linens, towels drive. You can drop them off at United Way. We just put them out on Laundry Love Day, and those who, as they're washing their really threadbare towels, they can see a fresh new towel and exchange it. And so anyway, those are some ways that you can give back right now. So
are we looking for new towels and linens?
This is definitely one of the gently, very gently used. I mean, think about we're trying to raise human dignity, not keep it where it's at. So yeah, think about the fact that if it's something that you would like to receive, if it's in good enough shape that you would feel like it was a decent gift, then yeah, feel free to bring that by. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as we're raising the human dignity of what people already have.
It's the same thing with a coat. We know different. Come on now. Don't bring your holy towels in it. You can see through it. Yeah, come on.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like, no, there's not any life left in there.
Yeah. You wouldn't use it, so nobody else wants to use it either. Please, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Very good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys, before we wrap it up? Let's finish it up here.
I think we're good. You got something to say?
No, that was what was on my mind today. So.
Yeah.
Very good.
Congratulations on that. That's amazing. I didn't know that you had gotten a couple extra months. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Just what is it to do a month?
It's $1,300 is about what we're spending a month
if you want
right
to
now.
do that. And this is one thing I kind of want to tease, because I know maybe next week we start kind of projecting when your tax prep stuff starts, because that will be
when we are looking
in a
for,
minute.
We are looking for volunteers. If you for VITA is a program for free tax preparation, and a lot of people don't know that that's here available in Robertson County. You can get your taxes prepared for free by trained people. But if you're looking to volunteer and you're a numbers person, then
passion for taxes.
This is where you can plug in. See, I got a place for everybody. People are like, how can I volunteer? I said, what is your passion? Because there is a place for you no matter what your passion is.
And you also need like greeters and stuff too. Like, I mean, if they don't want to do it. Yeah. So somebody, you just want to come in and be a smiling
not
face.
A math
and,
person.
Yeah. Hand out coffee and cookies or whatever. There's plenty of opportunities, but it's an amazing program.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us tomorrow. I've got one of my students coming in. Again, going to take a little piece of our Faith Friday, because as the only day we could get him in here. So we're going to look forward to that. We will talk with Miss Gwen Harder as well, and whatever else comes up. And thank you for joining us here on 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a great day.